Hello, everybody. This is Bob Wagner, and I'd like to wish everybody a good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are in the world today. But April and I would also like to wish everybody a very happy and healthy and prosperous new year. I know we're very excited about what's going on in our business. We are excited to turn the page on 2017, which was obviously one of the craziest years of my life. I don't know about you, but man, it was just a wacky year, and I'm excited to turn the page on it and start fresh with 2018. And I was watching the news the other day, and they had the talking heads on there, and they had a guy on that was talking about planning your new year and setting goals. And he said something really cool, and I wanted to just take a second to share it with you. The host of the show asked the gentleman, what his resolutions were for the new year, and he says, "I don't have any." And they're expecting him to give this list of things, but he said a New Year's resolution or a resolution is nothing more than wishful thinking. It's just I hope, and it's wishful thinking, but it's a wish without a plan. And he said, now if you want to know what my commitments are for 2018, I can tell you. And what he did was he explained the difference between you know people making New Year's resolutions versus people making commitments to 2018. And he kind of used the analogy. He says, how many people do you think there are out there that have made the same resolution? And this talk show host said the same thing. She said, I just seem to make the same resolution every year. And he says, yeah, and maybe a week into it, it's gone. She said, absolutely. He said, because it's just wishful thinking. There's no meaning behind it, so it just fades away. So what I want to talk to you about is making commitments in 2018 and skip the resolutions. Now, what's a commitment? Okay, well, a commitment is what you make to your husband or wife. Okay, that's a commitment. A commitment is what you do with your children. You commit to raising them and bringing them up the right way. A commitment is something like having a job and agreeing to be there every morning and until the day ends. A commitment could be going to church every Sunday. Commitment could be taking care of your mom and dad or your grandparents or grandchildren. Okay. See, there's a huge, huge difference between commitment and a resolution. Okay. And what we need to do this year with LifeVantage is each one of us needs to commit to what we're going to do to build the business, and not just make a resolution and not just say, oh, I'm going to be a pro 3 or I'm going to be a pro 4 or I want to hit pro 5 or I want to make that trip to the Bahamas or I'm going to try and go to the elite conference in Indianapolis or I'm going to try and do this. No, no, no. Do you try to go to your job? Okay, if you have one. Okay, do you try to have your kids be good? Do you try? We don't do that. Okay, when you make a commitment, it's a commitment. And that's what we need to do in this business this year. We need to make commitments. The heck with resolutions. Okay, they come and go. Commitments last forever. Okay, so think about it. Okay, think about committing to talking to a new person each day about your business and what you're excited about. Think about committing to sampling a new person each day. Okay. Think about committing to being on a webinar, once, twice a week. Think about committing to a local meeting every week if there is one. And if there isn't, commit to starting one and using a webinar to be the meeting until you're comfortable doing the meeting. Okay? Commit to going to school to learn how to build your business, with the next one being in February in Indianapolis. Okay? Commit to doing something different or uncomfortable, something that you haven't done before. See, there's a big difference between making a commitment. It'd be like somebody calling and saying, "Hey, Bobby and April, you guys, available for dinner tonight?" And we said, "Sure." What restaurant? What time? Oh, well, meet us at such and such at 6:30. Okay, we'll see you there. Well, I made a commitment. I'm going to be there. Okay, I would never tell someone that I'd see him later at a restaurant at 6:30 for dinner and not show up. But it's funny. People will say, "I'll see you at the meeting at 6:30 and not show up. See, one is wishful thinking, the other one is a commitment. So, what I want you to think about is, what are you committed to doing in your real life? Okay, what are commitments? And let's look at our business the same way we look at our commitments in real life. Okay, now I want to share a couple things with you. Okay, you know, we need to be all in 2018 in this business. Okay. Now, I told you I'm going to update you every time I talk to you. I'm going to update you on what April and I are doing. I had the good fortune this morning of actually spending an hour on the phone with Gabe Pearson. He's a Pro 10 up in Jacksonville, Florida. He's been involved since the beginning, and just had a chance to just kind of pick his brain a little bit. And what was real interesting is, there's not a magic bullet to building this business, although there's a lot of tools to building this business. We have, if we're in the United States, we have the LV Share, LV Move apps, okay? But anywhere in the world, we have YouTube where we can share videos, okay? Anywhere in the world, we have Facebook where we can post. Anywhere in the world, we have Facebook where we can do Facebook Live. Anywhere in the world, we can plug into videos. Anywhere in the world, we can sample people. Anywhere in the world, we can talk to people. See, there's a lot of different ways and things on how to go about the business. Anywhere in the world, we can talk to our warm market, our friends, relatives, business associates, colleagues. Anywhere in the world, we can do cold market, okay, and advertise and do different things that way. Okay, so what I'm talking about this year is, what commitments are we going to make to building our business, so when next Christmas comes and next New Year comes, we look back and say, okay, here's where we were when Bobby was talking about, January 2nd on 2018. Here's where we were. We weren't even a pro. Okay, we weren't even Pro 1. Okay, and now we're Pro 6 or Pro 7 or whatever the number is. Okay, but it's not lip service. Okay, it's got to have meaning. It's like, I have a commitment that, every week, generally it's on Wednesday mornings, a commitment to visit my parents. My parents are in their 80s. They're about 40 minutes away from where I live. And I have a commitment to go there, bring them some donuts for breakfast, and generally I bring a cooked meal so they can have dinner that night, so they don't have to cook or go out. It's a commitment. Okay, it's not wishful thinking. Now, sometimes is it a Tuesday? Sometimes is it a Thursday? Yeah, the day moves a little bit, but it's a commitment each week to go do something for my parents, okay, who are getting older. Now, I want you thinking about your business that way, okay? We all have our commitments in life, and we live up to them for the most part, okay, to the best of our ability. Let's just change our mindset and look at our business the same way. So here's where we are, April and I. It's been 80 days since we joined, okay, LifeVantage. We've sponsored 30 people personally. We're excited about that. It's been really easy to recruit people into the business. And what's exciting is we probably have 20 or 30 more on the fence, that we'll be working on during the month of January. So, getting your numbers there where you can be recruiting and getting monthly subscribers on the auto ship, program, that is, that's been great. And it's grown into 255 people. Okay, so far. So there's a good amount of duplication going on. Never as much as I'd like, Okay, and I'm not sure who the leaders are out there in the group. I know who some of them are, but I'd like others to step up and do it too. But just looking at numbers, 80 days in the biz, 30 people sponsored, 255 altogether, most of which were not in the old company, but have come over, are new. But look at the 80 days and the 30 people sponsored. That means that we're sponsoring a person about every 2.5 days. Now, to me, that's not good. You may say, well, that's good. Well, I don't think so. I mean, April and I, there's two of us doing this business, okay? There's two of us doing this business. We're full time in the business. I think there's a lot of room for improvement there. Okay, I really do. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. Okay, and also the multiplication of people in the downline. But I'll tell you, we have a goal, okay, to be a Pro 7 this month, okay, in January. Worst case scenario, February, okay. We have a goal to have at least 50 people in Indianapolis, okay, and about, I don't know, half or so already registered. So we got another 4 weeks, 5 weeks to get the other half that we need to. But, we have a goal by the end of the year, okay, to have been earning what we were earning in the other company when it closed its doors, okay, or more, okay, but at least have matched our annual earnings by the time this year ends, okay. That would probably take being a Pro 9 somewhere in between Pro 8 and Pro 9, okay, depending on where the volume falls, and you guys get it. It fluctuates a little bit, but those are those are some of our goals. Okay. Now, the key is always keeping it simple, and consistent. The kiss of death in this business, and it's always been in multi-level marketing or in sales or in marketing, whatever you want to call it, is running hot and cold. That is the worst thing that you could ever do, because even though you think it's okay to run hot and cold, all the people that you have ever mentioned the business to, all the people that you've ever mentioned the product to, all the people that you've ever spoken to, they see the red hot and the ice cold and the lack of consistency. They see it. Because, see, most of the people, when we're talking to them and sharing information with them, most of them are not going to start the first time we talk to them. They're going to watch and see how we behave, how we carry ourselves, how consistent we are in our facial expressions, our body language, the way we come and go. Are we excited? Are we enthusiastic? Does it change? Okay, they're looking. So, keeping it simple and easy to do and keeping it consistent, very, very important, but maintaining that excitement, enthusiasm is just as important. And let me ask you something. If you were doing something each day, if you were sharing a sample and talking to a new person every day, and every second, third, fourth day, a new person was getting started in your business, wouldn't that help keep you excited and enthusiastic? See, to me, it would. Okay, that keeps you going. Okay, it keeps the adrenaline high. It keeps you motivated, and you know that's why it's the simplest things that turn a person's career around, okay, that turn a person's business around. So we need to approach everybody, and we can't just be skipping people because they're more successful than us or less successful than us. Hey, we're all people, and we all go through good stretches and we all go through bad stretches, and we never know where somebody is. But one thing's for sure, right now, January 2nd of 2018, we know for sure that everybody has a new year mindset right now. If they were ever going to think about their health, if they were ever going to think about their fitness, if they were ever going to think about finances, if they were ever going to consider starting a business, okay, if they're ever going to consider doing something different or doing something, about their future, now is the time when it's on their minds. And I'm going to show you something to prove a point in a second, okay? But we have to take advantage of the new year mindset that is out there, because you know what? That New Year mindset right now is based on people making resolutions. And what did I tell you about resolutions? It's wishful thinking. It will fade and disappear. Commitments last forever. Okay, commitments stay. And we need to take advantage of that window of when it's on everybody's mind. And it starts by sampling our product and sharing our business every day with a new person or two or three. It just depends on how fast you want to build it. But let me share something with you, okay? The company here in the United States, now I understand the weight loss products will be getting into Europe sometime this year, but it doesn't matter because you can do something like this, okay? You can change it to fit pro tandem instead of physique weight loss. But, you know, a lot of people yesterday were probably watching the two college playoff football games, okay? The Georgia Oklahoma game was just mind-boggling exciting. The Alabama, game afterwards against Clemson, not so much. But one of the things that I committed to a few years back with this business, this industry, okay, obviously it's a new company now, was that I was never just going to watch a game for the sake of watching a game. I would have the game on TV, but I would be doing some of my computer work while I was watching the game, meaning looking at advertising, doing emails, doing text messages, posting things on Facebook, posting things on Twitter, setting up the landing page, just doing stuff that's computer based where you're not necessarily talking to a person, but you're getting some of that busy work done. And then every once in a while, I'd glance at the TV, catch up on the score. If I missed the score, I just replay it, roll it back 30 seconds and watch it again. And, April and I was sitting there last night, and it's funny, we were going back and forth. She's saying, are you going to leave the game on or will you put a movie on? And I said, well, if you're going to sit here, I'll put a movie on and, we'll go back and forth with commercials and this and that. And, so April was playing on her computer too. And we're looking, the company, okay, LifeVantage is running a weight loss contest where they are giving away $5,000 to the winners and a trip for two to the Bahamas plus a makeover. Okay, so she decided to put a post up, and some other LifeVantage distributors had posted similar things. Okay, but April hadn't. Okay, so she's sitting there and she decides to use the exact same post, that someone else used. Okay, and it said, are you interested in joining me for a 90-day body transformation? Winners get $5,000 and a trip to the Bahamas and a makeover. Okay. Now you could change that to say anything about True Science, skincare. You could say that about Pro Tandem, Nerf 1, Nerf 2. Granted, there's not a $5,000 winner on that particular contest, but you get the gist. When you ask a question, if people want to try or want to join you, you get responses. And do you know, now I don't know what the count is now, okay? This was last night, and it was kind of later last night, like maybe after 9 o'clock. It wasn't, early in the evening. It was maybe 9:10. And we're waiting for Chad to drive back from Alabama. And within 30 minutes, 14 people had replied, I'm interested. Think about it. Sitting there on the couch, tolerating me watching football in between channel surfing, finding a movie, okay? But 14 people, now it's probably 30 people now, okay? By the time the night came, people got up in the morning, some people saw it now. A post that you're looking at, okay? Now, forget the fact that some of them are going to buy product. Forget the fact that some of them are going to take part in the contest. Okay, these are 30 of her friends in tennis, but some are going to do it. Okay, but forget that for a second. This is also 30 people that are going to ask her about it the next time they see her. This is free marketing and free publicity. This is potentially, okay, 30 prospects you know that they at least have health on their mind to some degree because they asked, okay, about a 90-day, transformation. So let me ask you something. Okay, what are you doing to get people aware of your business? Last week I talked about I send out a text, okay? And I send this particular text to people that I have not spoken to in a few years, in most cases, that are in my phone, okay? And the text is something like this: Hey, John, you know, hope you and Mary are doing well. It's been a while. Not sure if you heard, but April and I recently started with a new company that we're very excited about, and there's a tremendous opportunity to go with great products. Would you mind if I started sending you some information about our new company? Okay, and I'll send that, and it could be a copy and paste where you only need to change the name in the beginning to the Hey John goes to Hey Tom or Hey Bob or Hey Bill, whatever it is. But so I have that ready to go. Anytime I got a few minutes, I just go to the next letter on my phone and send it out to a couple people. Okay, and then I put them in the app, the LV Move app, and they randomly get stuff, through the app. They randomly get text or sent a video or something like that. But let me ask you, what are you doing to bring awareness to the fact that you have a new business, that you have a business that can help people with their desires to change their health, that can help people with their desires to change their finances or change your lifestyle? You got to publicize your business. You need to be open every day for business. I go through a checklist. I got to do a certain amount of text. I got to do a certain amount of emails. I got to do a certain amount of posts. I got to do a certain amount of phone calls. Let's not forget the phone. The number one, simplest, easiest way to get a person interested in the business, just picking up the phone, saying, "Hey, Liddy, how you doing? It's been a while. We need to get some coffee. So much has changed in our life. I want to fill you in. What's good for you? Can we meet tomorrow?" A phone call is and always will be number one. But if you're chicken and you don't want to make any changes or exercise your attributes a little bit, okay, send them a text, okay, that's followed up by a phone call, okay. You don't just keep texting back and forth. You don't, but someone that on a first name basis, someone that you would invite, to church, someone that you invite to come watch a football game, someone that you would, invite to do anything, if there was a fundraiser going on for your kid at school, if there was, something going on at church, we had a block party for New Year's at church, if you would call and talk to someone about that, well, when it comes to this business, you should call and talk to them, not send a text. Okay. But I do understand the phone calls can take more time. So if you want to divvy it up, where you start with a text and follow up with a phone call, okay. But I'll tell you this much: if they don't respond to the text, do not send another text. If you're going to do anything, only make a phone call. See, those people that I send that text to, they almost always respond, "Hey, Bob, it's great to hear from you. I'd love to talk to you. Feel free, send me whatever you got." Okay. And I start sending some videos, YouTube videos to them that I kind of think are appropriate for them. And I follow up with a phone call. And you know what? We got new people started last week, okay, in the business. We got people started. And a lot of people didn't get people started last week. We got a lot of customers started last week. We've converted a lot of our old Omega customers to our new Omega. We've converted a lot of our old Phytovite people to Protandem. We've converted a lot of stuff, okay, because we're consistently reaching out, okay, we're consistently letting people know, and we do it in a variety of ways that's professional. So let me ask you, what's stopping you from doing a post and asking a question? And I know our friends in Holland, again, I know this particular contest okay, doesn't apply. But you know what? You could do something, post something about Protandim or True Science and how there's $250 bonuses being given for reaching Pro 3. You know, tell them you need 3 people to, you know, who each want to earn, you know, an extra $250 this week. I mean, there's just a lot of things you can do when you ask, you know, do a post that's asking a question, especially in the mindset that we're in. And we all want, you know, this year to be our best year ever. And we all want it to be the best year letter for, you know, best year ever for LifeVantage. You know, this industry is booming. Okay. We are the leaders in nutrigenomics. We are the leaders in biohacking. We are going to make it a household word. But you know what else is really cool? The industry is becoming so widely accepted and so normal for a way of doing something on the side, making money on the side, padding or taking care of your retirement, finding a way to replace your income. I even heard on the news this morning another multi-level marketing company in the wellness industry going public on the NASDAQ. Okay, this is normal business now, folks. This ain't weird. This is not unusual. This is real. It's accepted and it's normal. Okay, and we need to go out there and talk to everybody that we know, everyone we've talked to in the past, and everyone we want to talk to moving forward. But you got to be ready, okay? And if nothing else, when this webinar ends in the next minute or so, double check and make sure you have your videos and playlist ready, okay? Make sure you got your favorite YouTube videos right there on your email, on your text. I text myself all the time, so I have everything that I could ever want right there for a copy and paste, okay? April's using a virtual business card. Works great, sends everything needed in one click, okay? But make sure that you got your standard emails, your standard text. Make sure you're ready to go. Make sure you're ready to do business, okay? This is a new year. It's going to be a great year. I'm so excited about everything that's going on. We have big goals, and the only way we can meet our goals is by helping you meet your goals. And we need to know what they are. And if you need specifics in lining them up and figuring out what it is you need to do, I think everybody knows what they need to do. They need to share more samples with people and talk to more people and become, you know, good at having things at your fingertips. I don't think it's a secret because everybody you and I know wants to be healthier, and everyone you and I know wants to earn more money, and everybody wants security, okay? And there's nothing more exciting than attaining and getting that from owning your own business, okay? So we all know what we need to do. We just need to commit to doing it. And it starts like eating an elephant. You just can only do it one way, and that's one bite at a time. And in this business, it's one day at a time, and it begins by one person at a time. So make a commitment, not a resolution. Commit to building your business and don't let anything get in the way of building your business. And if you do that, you will have an extremely happy new year. And we can't wait to see you. Can't wait to meet up with you. We're going to be traveling a bunch in the next 6 weeks. We're going to be visiting cities all over the United States. But we're also, I will be in Holland from the 17th to the 21st with Tan and Schauke and their organization. And I'm really excited to be going over there. I've never been to Holland or Amsterdam, and excited to see the team and the group and help them set their goals and business plans and hopefully you know get them in the mindset of being willing to be held accountable to them. But you got to let us know what you want to do if you want us to hold you accountable to doing them. And that's where it begins. It begins with yourself. And I already told you what our goals are. We need to know what yours are, and we'll go from there. So again, have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar, and this is officially over. Bye-bye.